go live.
Maybe time.
Okay, one. Any other?
So number of setup processed in one time.
Absolutely right. If 160 we are saying, 120 if you are saying, you just place in a rack,
हाँ जी
press the button, automatically all the mixing and everything is going on, and it can process 120 sample in a
YouTube पे जाऊँ दोबारा.
yes or no? So this is how they are enhancing. They are hastening up the work. Work hasten up happen here. Report would be given.
मैं देख लेता हूँ कि आप देख लोगे, कर दोगे उधर से.
Can be started. So nowadays
ठीक है.
people don't have the time.
Okay.
They want immediate report. Are you clear with this?
Okay sir.
Sometimes they are so company are looking what actually the people want.
हो गया मेरे हो गया सर कहते मैं कर देना उधर जाके.
You know requirement they are designing.
YouTube लाइन से है ना मेरा डिस्प्ले हिल जाना.
Improvement is happening.
Diagnosis,
diagnostics, Siemens. They are preparing a lot of things. Are you clear with this?
नहीं एक दो बार करोगे मैम हो जाता है.
Can you tell me what is it? Anyone? Just few instrument I've just put it over.
So automated ELISA with access to
Okay. Yes. It's a biochemistry one. What is it?
Hematology machine.
Yeah, Advia 120 I talked about. So here is the Siemens, it's a. Yeah, right? Yeah, the mixing is also going. So we just put the sample here. It's going inside. It's a closed system. And in this one, approximately, I think 12 parameter you can get. Here is this is the one printer. Okay. This is the one machine on which we can do Advia 120. If you just go with the cost, is more than 45 lakh rupees. Okay. Now just can you recognize what is the instrument it is?
An incubator. Right?
If you just see in a histology, there's the staining we do basically. In a staining rack, we just holding the staining rack and just putting into that. Can you see this one? Is it visible? This one?
Yes, sir.
In a histology, what was happening? The most of the time when we are doing manually, so they put the slides into one box, and later on they forgot about what was the timing. It was overstained. So overstaining can cause a misdiagnosis, may lead to the misdiagnosis. So what is happening here? Simply we are doing the programming through this system. It's a software based. Designing mechanical software engineer is a computer science, but who is operating is a medical science person. What is the benefit of it, and whether it's accurate or not? Who is going to tell this one? You guys, end user, you. Yes or no? Whether there is a benefit or not. So now there is a closed system, and a particular temperature also can be set into this one. Some staining may be hasten up on a certain temperature. That's why this closed system has been given. Some need a light, some do not require the light. So these all system cabinet has been designed in such a way. Okay, Vitec 2, I think most of the people may be knowing about it. Yes. Vitec 2, it is used for what purpose? It is written. Can anybody? Hello?
Sir, antibiotic susceptibility.
Biochemistry.
Yes, it's a microbiology, antibiotic. What about this one? I think recently I've just taught to MLT 262, 261. What is it?
Donation.
Cytopharesis?
Yes, sir.
So we already learned about it. I need only the platelets, so I can just take the platelet, rest of the blood is going back. Do you understand? Cytopharesis, automated system. All these biomedical instrument, what is the role of it? So they are making medical professional where they are releasing their that pressure. Earlier we have to collect, then we have to centrifuge, then we have to separate. Now through this, whatever the components you need, just take it out and send rest of the blood back. Okay. What about this? It's a molecular, new technologies, automated system. Now, earlier I just talked about what is the business, how these companies are jumped into this profession. So here almost INR 7.5 billion. It is given, but this report is basically taken from the companies of India who is analyzing this one. So hospital Having how much the percentage hospital with the own laboratory? What is the earning? What is the earning, students? 37%. Standalone centers, small labs with a basic test. HBTLC, DLC, biochemistry, urea, creatinine, electrolyte, urine, semen analysis, etc. How much it is standalone? 47%. Almost near to 50% is occupied by the independent laboratory. Just imagine. So that is the one that you can, once somebody after doing this training, if they want to open their own laboratory, they can start, because there's a lot of people in a Punjab. In a Delhi it's quite high, in a Punjab it's little bit, but in a Himachal it required more. In a Punjab rural area we need a more laboratories to be opened. Here is the diagnostic chain hub, and spoke to the diagnostic chains are there. What are the chains? Pan India chains 6%, regional chains are this one. Now these all companies, they are trying to open their business in a different countries, different regional level. They want to go out from the one area to the throughout the India, because in India there is hardly 6% businesses there, top 10 companies, diagnostic companies of India. So here the pathology laboratory, and this is great laboratory, but here we just see the share of the 58%, and referrals constitutes here as the walking. Any question? Clients are 10%, referrals are 55%. So that's why these people are trying to open the laboratory or the centers in a different states. Why? Because it constitutes approximately 55%. And HCl, 0.1 normal HCl. You can prepare it from the HCl. Yes or no? If you just take that concentrate, from that you can easily prepare. But my dear, there are the companies who are supplying this NY10 HCl. And the drop of that, it may be cost approximately maximum to maximum 5 rupees. Now, while they are making in a distiller, that HCl, NY10 HCl, they supplied and just doing the labeling. It cost increase 250 rupees. Imagine. Glucose kit that we are buying it here. What it containing? That all the reagent what you are doing manually, right? And while you're doing manually, all the reagents are supplied into it. It do not cost more than 50 rupees. But how much will the cost of that kit? How much is the cost? 300, 400, 500 rupees. So our purpose to make you aware about it, so that don't try to remain only in a medical, this particular laboratory testing area. You have the different sectors, try to go into that. As a quality control officer, as a compliance control, reports are good. This instrument is not going to give the report, then it has to be reported on a center level. Then again, the companies are coming, approaching to your laboratory, they try to do the quality adjustment into it. Clinical research, management, development of the kits, process, product development. And as people are firing, suppose there is a company's bias diagnosis, they want to make a new instrument. So you know about the HBTLC, DLC, you know about the biochemical testing, you know about the diagnostic microbiology, you know about the parasitology, you know about the immunohematology, histopathology. Yes or no? Students?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is your requirement? What was the problem was there? You can tell them better now. So that's why the people are hiring them also, that there should be one person from the medical laboratory profession from where we are going to give this instrument. So they are taking their feedback. They are appointing the person. So one mechanical engineer, software engineer, laboratory professional, doctors also, they are coming together and making the one instrument. So when they are doing R&D, research and development, after the so much research and development, once the instrument is coming, then it is on a trial base. On a trial, then with the quality. Once it is passed in a quality, then it is launched in a market. So your role can be over there if you do the same. Are you getting my point or not? Students, clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
Any question up to here? Any question up to here? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So now entrepreneurship, as I already talked about, after the DMLT, you can open your own clinic. BSc MLT, you can open your laboratory. Or after doing the BSc MLT, DMLT, you can go in a lateral BSc MLT also. Or after doing the BSc MLT, you can go clinical microbiology or clinical embryology, clinical biochemistry. These are the things what we have. So you can do your own laboratory. From here, you can go into an entrepreneurship, you can do your own work, or you can go for the higher study. Do you understand? Both the option is open. Another thing, if you want to go in a higher education, if you have done the DMLT, you can go in a BSc MLT lateral, or after doing this BSc MLT lateral, you can open your lab. So the reason behind, why do you need after DMLT, so BSc MLT, the number of means if you are performing 10 tests, after BSc MLT, it may be 20. Do you understand? So the government has made us some cap that how much the DMLT can perform the test in their own level. Right? And after BSc MLT, you can perform, you can go for the higher education, as we have MSc clinical microbiology, clinical biochemistry, and clinical embryology, what we are offering here. Otherwise, there is a physiology also. Okay. There is anatomy also. So these are the different, but which is available, you can go with that also. Forensic science, again, you can go into that also. These are the higher education one. Or you can perform, you can go for the PhD in a clinical sciences after doing the master degree. So this is the one chart I've just simply made. So you have the separation after doing DMLT, BSc MLT, masters, you can open your laboratory. Otherwise, you can go with higher education, or you can apply for the government sector. And sector what I discussed earlier, previous to this slide, I think it's clear to you. Do you understand, students? I am saying here the PhD or the masters. So sometime in a government hospital or in a medical college, the masters can be appointed as a demonstrator. If I just show you, according to the NCI or NSC rule, it's a medical council rule. So non-medical approved, non-medical means what? What do you mean by non-medical? The person who has done master without MBBS. Medical is what? According to the definition of the Medical Council of India, if you have done the master after bachelor degree of medical science, bachelor means BSc, microbiology, physiology, anatomy, then you have entered into the BSc MD, you have entered into the master degree course. And there are the person who has done the MBBS, and after that MBBS, they have entered into the anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, etc. Are you getting this point or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So what the MCI says, if the extend up to 30% of the total number of the post in a department, means the person who there does a PhD, nowadays it's a PhD basically. If you are the MD in a biochemistry or the PhD, you can apply for the same. Whether they would take or not take, that is totally depend upon the institute to institute. There I know that my teachers who are the PhD, they work in a medical college, Christian Medical College, and now they are working in a institute, PIMC, yeah, Punjab Institute of Medical Sciences. They are the PhDs, they are working over there. So according to the NMC rule, if you don't have the sufficient number of after medical and then their masters in these subject, you can appoint up to even 50% from the other sciences. Do you understand this one? Are you getting? That's why the people must go for the higher education also. They can do the work in a nursing college, they can do in a medical laboratory sciences, or they can in a microbiology or the biochemistry, etc. So teaching sector is also big one. From the diagnostic, I just already talked about it. Now coming to the teaching one, that you can go in this profession also, and a huge demand is there. Okay, earlier the very few people are knowing about this medical laboratory profession, but now as during this COVID, the people know as who is doing the diagnosis. Kaun sample le raha, kaun kya kar raha. I think everybody may be knowing that. Who is these guys, hai na? So they are the medical laboratory professionals, frontliner, hai na, who was just facing everything and doing all the tests. Okay. So qualification, appointment on a lecture, subject, concern, promotion, hire. Yes, they cannot become a medical superintendent or on a higher post as such according to the MCI rule. But their degrees are valid and it can be extended up to 50% if the qualified person of a medical degree is not available. If they are coming from BSc, MLT, MSc clinical or medical, and then they're coming to this, they can be appointed as such. Or the PhD in MBBS 2 year, MBBS 5 year, 2 year masters, then PhD 3 years, 8 year, and MBBS plus MD or MS. So equal degree. Almost one is the 8 year and one is 7. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So at a master or the doctoral MD level, administrative director, manager, they can also do this one. Administrative after PhD. Yes, of course, the first preference would be given in a hospital into that. But in a nursing homes, corporate hospital, they can appoint it as an administrative post, director also. But in case of the medical, they cannot be appointed as. It is according to the rule of the 1998 MCI rule, Medical Council of India. So directors, manager, technical supervisor, laboratory information specialist. What is the LIS? Do you know what is, students? Hello?
Laboratory information system, sir.
I think in a hospital while you are going, it is connected with. Nowadays, it is connected in a laboratory. If you do the test, immediately it's going to the ward. Do you have seen this kind of the things in a hospital? Earlier, we are getting the sample, we are processing this one in a laboratory, running into the system, then we are entering the report. But nowadays, it is connected through the system in a hospital, especially in a ICU, CCU, pediatric, casualty. There are the department who are connected with this. If the sample reach to hematology, you have taken the sample, simply just run into the system, automatically reflected to the doctor. So within 10 minutes, doctors can get the report. How they are getting it? Through a laboratory information system. So the people who are handling this one, they are not a laboratory professionals who are working along with the computer professional and then making it more usable to the end users. Do you understand? Quality assurance people, coordinators, and a point of care testing coordinators. What is this? Do you know what is the point of care testing coordinators? Nowadays, it is on a high demand. Do you know what is it? Anyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is it? Tell me.
Like during the outbreak, maybe there is Ebola, so they have to have laboratory technician to work at a certain point inside the country.
Okay, any other? What test? These are the few facilities. So as the student saying in Ebola, and now there are some kits are supplied. Some instrument is also coming now. If I'll give a very simple example. If you want to do the ABG, gas analysis, you have to take the arterial blood and immediately supply to the one laboratory. They are going to give this report. But nowadays, especially where the patients are very sick, they are admitted in a hospital. They are putting a very small instrument near to the, you can say the ward or near to the hospital site. So the even nurse or the doctor, they are taking sample and running into this. So this kind of the things are now becoming a more and more, popular in this field. So at least few tests. If somebody met with the accident, they are not supposed to wait for a longer time. Take the sample, immediately do it. Okay, are you understanding? So there are the marketing, outreach coordinator, and many more. So we need to find out the suitable job. Think beyond the traditional thinking. Come just out of that box and then think about it. So here now related to the registration and approval. As such, in India, National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professional Bill 2020. How many people knows about it? Please tell me. How many people knows about it?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware?
Allied healthcare,
Yeah.
sir.
Allied Health Care Professional Bill. Are you aware that what is happening in this? What we have to do with it? Okay, I'll just please listen carefully. In India, it has been passed. It has been introduced in a Rajya Sabha on 15th September 2020, and that has been passed on a March 16, 2021. Just imagine, a lot of time had been taken. Then it is passed. Okay, students, March 24. So now it has been passed, and after passing this bill, now it would be given to the state also, and they have to just do the registration and implement this rule as soon as is possible. So what is the Allied Health Professional Bill? It is the bill defines the allied health professional as an associate technician or the technologist trained and support the diagnosis, treatment of any illness, disease, injury, impairment, such as the professional should have obtained the diploma or the degree under this bill. The duration of the degree should be at least 2000 hours over the period of the 2 year or the 4 years. So this is the one which is their recommendations. And here it has been given in such a way medical laboratory and life science, what are the people coming into? This is the one category recognized: biotechnologists, non-clinical, cell geneticist, and this one microbiologist, non-clinical, molecular biologist, and etc. These has been included in allied and healthcare professional. Remember this: allied health professional different, allied and healthcare professional. This is the different. So they have just defined this category. And medical laboratory sciences professionals. Here the cytotechnology, sciences technology, histotechnology, immunotechnology, medical lab technology. So mostly they are coming into this category. Are you getting my point? Students? So if you are going for some higher degree in this one also, now you are coming into. So ultimately, in a coming days, the people have to offer. Ultimately, the people have to register with them. My PPT is visible or not, students?
No, sir.
Wait. Let's wait. Sharing is stopped. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
No, sir. Not yet, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Vishal, now it's fine. Now it's visible.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Visual.
Okay, thank you. So this was related to this allied healthcare care profession. There are we have living in a primarily still enough. Okay. So whenever you are degree from here, you go your state and this professional. Secondly, whenever would be published, then the message would come to your email and something, whatever you are giving to the contact number. So these are the benefits. Secondly, this sector is an unorganized area. So through this council, organized all people. Unorganized laboratory. If they have done a diploma, they have opened laboratory. So people are doing the business. So to make a check on that, okay. So the government has given this bill. So soon it's going to be implemented throughout the India, and I think the work has been already done because it is already passed. So recently in 2021, it has been passed. In Punjab, there is no council yet. So the people who has done this degree or diploma from here or the master, they can start their work. Okay, but whenever the council would be effectively work in your state and in a national level, at that time you have to register with them. Over and now, there is a council of the state council of the Haryana, state council of South. So the people who is from these state, they have to approach to them. After doing it, just show to them, okay, that this degree I have done from here. So I can work or you can open your own laboratory. Do you understand, students? If you have any question related to this, you can ask now. Hello?
Sir, like nursing has its own body in India that it has to has done the course they have to register and then they can work like
Yeah.
this is going to effectively work.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I said, nursing council is there, medical council as a MCI is there, then a pharmacy council is there, even the physiotherapist association is there, council is not there. Okay. So as I said, the medical professional, they are basically unorganized. Do you understand? So that's why they have organized it at a state level through making a one council. They established a new council and then made it. Now all these state council would come under this. So whenever we have the national council effectively, because it has been passed, so it would be implemented after the election. So whenever it is coming to the effect, you can just register yourself along with the national council. Now, as you are talking about the nurses do not have the independent work. They can perform the work on a patient. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That physiotherapists, the patients who are coming to them, it is to be referred by the doctors. We understand. Now, as I said, while the patients, if you are going in a hospital, what the doctor do? They are taking the assistant. After that, what they are doing? Tell me, what they are doing? What they are doing? They are writing the test. Please go for this diagnosis. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I won't take the name. There is a one student to whom I know. Approximately in a whole area. Just imagine one single person, 10 to 15 laboratory in a different nursing home and the hospital. And one is lab is independent. Think about how much he may be earning. From the one laboratory, he is earning per day, means overall expenditure, more than 1-2 lakh rupees. Just imagine how much the earning would have. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So first of all,
Yes, sir.
you have to develop the skill within you. That once you are the well trained, then you can do anything else. Try to learn each and everything. You are on a training, some students are there. Try to learn each and everything. Don't think that this is not my work. Every single task in a laboratory is your work. Try to do that. Okay, students. So here the few good news which has been coming for the master degree people and the PhDs. There are some after the MCI allowed teachers of medical microbiology, biochemistry, master level MC hailed to government move to allow the master degree holders to discipline year of the laboratory experience with the 3 year of the experience authorized signatories of the diagnostic lab. Earlier, what was happening? That have to appoint a one doctor or some visiting doctor who can do the signature over it. Now, according to the council bill, if you read, they have given you the right to do the signature, but not all the rest. Okay, students. So that's why there the MCI also allowed. MCI also allowed medical MSCs or the PhD to certify the diagnostic test report. Are you getting my point or not, students?
Yes, sir. Getting.
So it
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah. Another.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some people would say that I have taken the news, but I have also taken the government. Okay. So it's a government board of who has just given this one. So here the board of governors are the considered view of the person processing qualification MSc in a medical microbiology, PhDs in a relevant subject, biochemistry, microbiology, biochemistry, genetics, from the qualified human resources. These people can do the signature on a report. So the people who may have the confusion, there are a lot of rumors around it that you are not able to do the signature. Right? But there are some they have given authorities. Still, the few things are still going on till the whole council is going to be established. So till this council is going to be effective in a coming session, you would have the authority to do the signature on a certain test. For example, certain why I'm taking certain. Now, if I just do the histopathological processing, I can do the processing, I can perform all the tests, but why is a diagnostic approach? Whether the patient has the or not, I'm not authorized to do the signature. Do you understand? Your signature would be, you would be till that you are going to perform some complex testing. Immunohistochemistry, immunocytochemistry. Okay. So biopsies, we want to detect the SLE in a human. So I have to do immunohistochemistry. Then sometimes it is required immunofluorescence technique you are going to use. So all these techniques, while you are going to use, if you have done it, you have to do your signature. Why the doctor has to do the signature for it? If you have done it, then you have to do. If you have run the sample in an automated system and you noted down all the report, you have to do the signature there. That's why in a hospital, there are the form. Onto that, the medical professional or the medical technologist who is doing, they have to do the signature along with the doctors also. Is this clear to everyone? But if you are,
Yes, sir.
if you want to open your own laboratory independent, so certain tests you can perform, not all the tests you can perform. Like bone marrow or cytopapy staining, where it's a very critical item. The histopathology or cytology, and blood bank is also the different one. So here the blood bank also, if you want to, okay, I'll come into that later. So do you understand about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I already
Yes,
talked
sir.
about it. However, this is the one highlights of that are a placement where the people are going. This is the one code life. What happens in a code life? What they are working for? Cactus, code life, healthcare image. Do you know what is the life cell? How many people knows about the stem cell? Stem cells, are you aware? So now in a people, like somebody having the Parkinson disease, right? Or some abnormal related to the pregnancy also, thalassemic patients also, or chromosomal defects also. So sometime now the people, what they are doing, they are preserving their stem cell, so that at the time of the old age, that stem cell again can be transplanted into that person. Okay.
Yes,
The
sir.
treatment of the Parkinson disease, there are a lot of research going on still through the stem cell therapy. They are inserting stem cell, and stem cell having the quality that where it is inserted, start to make similar kind of the test and similar kind of the cells over there. If it is in epithelium, so epithelial proliferation would happen. If it is in a bone marrow, so bone marrow type of the cells would come out of it. If it is in a nerve cells, then the nervous kind of nerve cells would be developed from there. So this is the peculiar features of the stem cell. So these life code, they are preserving the person who knows that after this age, this problem may happen. So they are preserving their own cell into this company. So to preserve that, lot of people who are coming. Yes or no? Another example, people may have the history of, so in case of the beta thalassemia, their body do not produce the cells. Yes or no? So once the age is growing, once the person reaches to the some 15 to 16 year of the age, at that time the doctor may decide, okay, we do the stem cell transplantation. So till that 15 year, it has been preserved from the mother cord blood. Okay, so it has been taken at that time, it can be preserved. So when the baby reaches to that level, at the transplantation would be done and the patient would be 100% fine. So their body would start making their own cell. So this kind of the things are happening in a companies who are preserving the cells, okay, and doing the treatment. So in the coming days, it's going to be increased a lot. This is simply what I'm trying to just give you, that what is the role of this life cell. People are recruiting medical professionals. They are giving teaching to them, training to them, that how it is done. So the people are grabbing the job opportunities in such companies. Okay. So here, example, junior scientific are students should be medical laboratory scientific officer. She is in I think she's in Canada or somewhere. It's in a foreign country. Ajay, who is the director, who has their own laboratory. And Abdul Karim, the coordinator of the executive. I said that Siemens, Ankit, area sales manager, Apollo. So why the people are going in a sales? Actually, in a sales, there is a lot of money. 4, 5, 6 lakh package at a starting level you can get. Okay, students. So please, now Fisher and Peckle, Amit Chaturvedi, most of the people may be knowing because these are our alumni. Dr. Lapak, Vani, manager. So Rupinder Kaur, quality microbiologist in USA, Neeru Sharma in Canada, Nazia, assistant lecturer, assistant faculty of the pharmacy, Kabul University, postdoctoral fellow. So these are the things. Just see our students around, the India and abroad also, who is working and who just have got a good opportunity to work with the hospital or the reference laboratories. Okay, students, these are our students who are working every phase, not only just a few things I have taken simply. So now the few people are interested to move from countries. Yes or no? Hello, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully. This one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In a foreign countries, can you see where is your profession out of it? It's a skilled visa. In a national health services, I'm just taking the example of the UK so that I can just tell you about it. Okay. Other countries have the similar kind of the things, formalities to register with. Here is the clinical scientist and the biomedical scientist. Remember, paramedics are different. Remember this one. So here the clinical scientist and this one, I think, yes, two categories are there, opportunities in abroad. So if you want to do in a government sector, so instead of going through the another route, like the are taking the some another course over there, they are going outside, then they are learning also, they are study and they're spending a lot of money. Why? Now, why it has to be done? So there are the simple method to do the work in foreign countries. What happens in this case? If you registered yourself first after completing your bachelor degree, not a diploma. So bachelor degree is must for this one. Either you must have 1 year or 2 year experience. After that, you can register with them. So processing would be started. They would take your all the transcript and compare the degree with the UK. Okay. So as such, 3-year degree. But when you have the 1 or 2 year experience, then it is compensated to that. So they can recognize you. So at that time, they would send you the one kind of the means form that you have to submit, $25 or something like that. Nowadays it may be more. So they would compare the contents, and after that they would register and they would issue the one letter that your qualification is similar or how much is the percentage similar to the UK qualification. On the basis of that, they are going to give you the preliminary registration. Do you understand, student? So preliminary registration happen. Then also give you the 3-month familiarization course. Whenever you are applying for post in the UK, you have to go over there and do the 3-month course. 3-month course in that similar hospital. And after that, they would give you the regular job as a clinical scientist or the biomedical scientist. Are you clear with this? But this is the one how we have to approach in a foreign countries in a government sector. The people are going here through the different route. That is the one, the immigration, or they are going through the some agent, 17, 16 lakh. There is nothing. I'll tell you my own example. I'm registered with them. When I registered first, they have just taken my qualification when I've done the up to the master. So they have taken my bachelor as well as the diploma they have taken. Combined it, they said that you are eligible to work in UK. Even once your qualification is approved by UK, after that you can work. They are going to give you the letter that this qualification is recommended for next 5 years. So within next 5 years, if you say yes, so they would send you the jobs available in a UK. Then you can apply, and whenever you are receiving the work permit, at that time even they give you the ticket also. Are you getting? And if you say that why I didn't go, there is some issues, but my colleagues along with whom I just applied, they are working now. Okay. So just remember, this is a very simple route to go abroad to find in a national health services. As a clinical scientist, after masters you can apply. After bachelor, you can apply. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Example. Some example. Just imagine. Let's say today I just find it. What is the salary here? It's a biomedical scientist, band 5. So they say starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 band. Hai? There's a different bands are there. So if you are as a medical laboratory assistant, biomedical support worker, blood sciences, 6 months, fixed term. So this is also written over. So it is the one in a health services. So these are the few jobs I have taken. You can go on a live also. You can just search for it. Okay, students. So you've applied, but to apply this job, you must have the approval of the letter of approved qualification. And as I said, the approved qualification you can get through this HCPC, Health Professional Council UK. Okay, HCPC is a Health Professional Council UK. So until you don't have the approved qualification, you cannot work. There's another route, then the people start to go through that. That is your, but here as a the counselor, you can say that I'm telling you the right way and a very simple. Opportunity can easily go. And clear to you, student? Hello.
Yes.
Any question?
Yes.
Any question?
Sir, I have a question. Hello, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
please.
Sir, as MLT, how are we termed? Are we biomedical scientists or are we clinical
Yeah,
scientists?
both. So that's a right question. Biomedical scientist in this biomedical, as I shown on one slide, there's a different designation has been given with the different countries. Okay, if you are going in the New Zealand, same laboratory person, what the training you have done, they would give you the designation laboratory scientific office MLS. Okay. If you are working in India, in a market also, they are going to be junior scientific officer, senior scientific officer on the basis of your work experience. But as a fresher, they would give you junior scientific officer. In a UK also, they have different band. And biomedical science, these are the clinical laboratory scientists, both are the similar. That's why I said, na, the first your qualification, that has to be checked by Health Professional Council. And if you have just done the study, hematology, histopathology, all these things, it's equal. Then your diagnosis, your designation would be the biomedical scientist. Biomedical scientist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear to you?
Yes, sir. Sir, also another question.
Yes, please.
Like for lateral entry, BS bachelor, and for 3 years, will there be any difference when we want to register for this HCPC?
See, you have the diploma
After we are
actually.
complete.
Listen, diploma is how much here?
3 years. 3 years.
And your degree? BSc MLT?
For now, I'm taking for 2 years, lateral 2 years.
2 years. How many total is there?
5 years.
5. They considering and on a same field for 5 years. 4 years. They are considering that degree.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If the BSc MLT student is there, you have done diploma plus BSc MLT later. 5 years. If somebody has done a BSc MLT, it's 4 years. So that they would say go for the 2 years science. Then they would consider. Now clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any question?
So,
Sir, good morning, sir.
हाँ जी, बताइए.
Sir,
I have done my BSc microbiology, sir.
Okay.
But now in BSc, I am studying medical laboratory, medical microbiology. So would it
Right.
be considered?
Would they?
Will it be considered as degree, sir? Like 5 years degree?
3
I
year
have
plus
done.
2. 3 year plus
I
2 na?
didn't. I don't medical laboratory in degree, sir.
No
Like I have
problem.
BSc microbiology, but now I'm continuing with medical laboratory technique.
The clinical MSc or
Sir, it's a clinical microbiology.
So what would be here? Is nothing as there is a number 1. Can you see this? Biomedical scientist band 5 microbiology. Right?
Yes, sir.
There is a medical laboratory of the biomedical scientist virology. Biology. You can see different name been given. So you are eligible to do work in only microbiology, not in a transfusion science, not in a parasitology.
Okay.
Nah, parasitology is coming in a microbiology. Do that. Okay. Histopathology. Remember this one. Microbiology na? In India, you can work in foreign countries I'm talking about. But as such, in India, if you have done this one, and you can work in this one also. But the microbiology preference would be given to you.
Okay, sir.
This is because you have the both same similar. Okay. Health in India, allied health and life sciences I talked about, na. That's why I talked about. So no one has this confusion because you are included in the healthcare bill. And if you are going outside, you will be you can in a microbiology only, no some another field. Virology, yes, eligible. Molecular pathology, yes, eligible. Molecular biology, not a pathology. Okay. So there would, if you want to go in a country, you can go in a microbiology as such.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon.
First of all, I would like to thank you for the session. It's actually opening our minds. But I have a question.
Yes, please.
By knowing that in the diagnostic lab or diagnostic hospital, the laboratory tests are able to up to 70% on decision making of the treatment of the patient.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to know if if any mistake happens. For example, I'm giving the scenario: you are doing the cross match and you want the blood with the matching patient, and then you have done a mistake. I would like to know if there is any rule and regulations is going to a lab technician where you have done any mistake during the laboratory procedure.
You are asking about that you have done all the cross matching, right? And decision done on the basis of the laboratory testing, right? Yes or no? 70%.
Then you have done a mistake. Like instead of giving someone a certain group, you have given a certain group. Nobody is perfect. We understand. So I would like to know if there's any rules and regulations protecting the laboratory technician or laboratory scientist, because we have seen this in farmers, career or medical doctors. They have rules and regulations when they do the mistake pertaining to in correspondence to the patient treatment. There's any regulation.
I'll tell you this one. So, like another laboratory, we are primary. If you going in any hospital where the blood is already established, right? Because as such, independent blood bank we can't open without the Blood Bank Authority of India. And if somebody want to do in this one, they are giving the one course also, familiarization also, that you have to follow the some instruction, ethical practices also. Now I'm coming to your question. While you are saying this one, is somehow you have done the testing and somehow there was a reaction happen. So what would happen? Are they going to protect you or no? Yes or no? So whenever any transfusion reaction happen, basically, they constituting the first committee. They are checking where the mistake happened. And I think in a blood bank, I already taught 90%. Majorly the mistake happened due to the clerical mistake. SS do not happen. But still, if there's a transmission reaction happen, it would be minor. Clerical, then yes, of course. Yeah, you have to pay for that, na? Means if the mistake is of that person, but after doing, if you have done the right testing, nothing would happen to you. Just clear. Do you understand? But if your mistake is there, blood group is something different, you have added something different, cross match were done something wrong, clerical mistake you have done, positive, negative, etc. Then, if the mistake was found, then yes, of course, there would be a penalty for it. Okay. And just for your information, whenever this kind of the thing mistake happen, doctor try to save the life. Once a life has been saved of the recipient, nothing would happen. Okay. But they would give you the warning if the mistake is there. But as such, you have done everything and nothing happened. Do you understand?
Yeah, so currently is protecting the
Yeah, it is there. It is rule in a blood bank. While they are while you are suppose going to work in a blood bank, they would give you the book for that. Okay, there is some rules and regulations for blood bank. We have to separate because a kind of banking. Na? What product you can make, product expiring, everything, what you can do, and everything is written there. There's laws are different. So remember, while you are going to work in a laboratory, especially in a blood bank, they are going to give that laws also that you should know about it. What may be the penalties? Do you understand? They have the different laws about it. As such, if you have done the right testing, transfusion done, nothing would happen to you. Just remember this one. Okay. We face the same so many problem in hospital, nothing happened. So if knowingly you have done the mistake, then and it was the mistake at your end, they would try to save because you are the staff. Okay. But if blunder mistake is there, yes, of course, for that the penalty is there because somebody's, if they have a loss of the life or the life threatening was there, so yes, of course, they have to take action. Okay, student.
yes, sir.
As such, just keep in the mind, nothing would happen. Okay. Yes, action.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
So as you said that before going for this HCPC form, we need to register ourselves with the state council. Now, since you have
Yes.
also told that in Punjab we do not have effective state council even now, then how do the people from Punjab can proceed?
Right. That question is, so as we don't have the council here, so simply you need a stamp from the Chandigarh or that, what do you call it? Department of Health. I forgot the name of that. Get the stamp, they are taking over it, and that's fine. It can be worked. Okay, until you don't have any council. You can simply write in that we don't have any council right in active form in Punjab. Okay. So Department of Health in Chandigarh nowadays it is available. Earlier it was Delhi. So simply they are putting the stamp over it, recognize, and you can go.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
Okay,
okay,
sorry.
I'll go first. Well, sir, I was asking, yes, I was asking after HC, do we need to do any exam after it before?
Okay. For the entry, as they
Thank you, sir.
okay. Any other
So,
question? Yes.
One challenge, okay. Concerning registration, of which we call it like a license. For us students who are from other countries, like we are studying in India, when we are back in our countries, we have to do the exams for registration. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward if to like a suggestion. if there would be any format of registration, like giving the license direct from the Punjab Council, we would be going with that license direct, the license that is also valid in our countries, to avoid doing math exams. Like we have to do the exams in Tanzania, we have to do the exams in India also. Like
Yes, some area of the Tanzania it is there, na, that you have to do an examination, then you can get the license. Okay, this is basically their requirement, and you are just talking about that if it may be possible here, na? The students who are going from here, actually this required the MOU, na? Memorandum of understanding, so between the state or the council, na, that while you are going from there, the course what they want and the course what we are teaching. If there's some MOU may happen, this kind of the problem maybe, that can be eliminated, such kind of the things. Yeah, it can be possible, but we need to talk about it. I'm not sure about it. Okay. But yes, of course, if what you are saying, it's a matter of concern. So definitely we just put forward this kind of the request. Okay. Thank you. Any other? Can we go ahead a little bit? Otherwise, I have to finish later on. Only 2 slides I'm going to show for the students who are interested here in LPU. Can we go ahead with this, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there are the admission benefits at LPU. Just I'll go quickly here. So here EDB. EDB means early decision benefit. So as such, BSc MLT lateral coming to us after diploma. Total fees is this time 80,000. Okay, if the students are coming to us, and if they have the 90%, if you have CG also, because it's multiplied by 10, so almost 50% scholarship would be given before 31st of this May, first phase. Okay, students. The phase date, I tell you later what is the exact date is there, but before 31st May, basically it's there. So if you just appear for the LPU nest, so 50% cutoff, that you can get the 40,000 means 50%. For international students, right? It's a 1950. This is the $1 they are giving, so there the USD has been given in this one. And in a second phase or the next one, next category, 90 to 94%, 94.9%, they may have the 48,000 fees only. Okay, fee after scholarship. And here they have to pay 56 if they have the 80%. So 8 CGPA or above, 9 CGPA or above, 95% means 9.5 CGPA or above. So student can take the benefit at LPU if they want to continue. Okay. Another thing that MSc Medical Laboratory Sciences, Clinical Microbiology, Biochemistry, and Embryology. So this is the one EDB effect. So if they have 90% marks, okay, first category or LPU nest, so their fees would be like this one here, 80,000. After scholarship phase 1, 32,000, 40,000, and 48,000. This is the one category if you have the good marks in a bachelor degree and you want to join over here, and or LPU nest also. So these are the some early decision benefit, and fees would be remain low. So if somebody is planning to take the admission in LPU, they can go with this. Are you getting my point, students?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the same is here, 40% reduction, 30%, and 20%, because the fees of embryology is 1,90,000. Why? Because a highly paid profession, the fees would be according to this. International student also given, okay, in your face that what is it? Different countries, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and the USD 2450, okay, and they have the some scholarship. So international student, if they are planning, they need to approach to the international department for the concession. Okay.
Sir.
So yes, please.
Sir, what is the scope of in MSc embryology?
Beta, there's a lot of things are happening now. Life is busy, lifestyles have been changed. So IVF system, So IVF or the IUI, intrauterine insemination, the artificial insemination is happening over there. So these processing are going in case of the infertility, one degree of the infertility. So this kind of the things are going on, right? So that's why now there's a huge demand. So next year, next 10 years, there would be a lot of shortage of these professionals. So that's why the people who have joined it, they can work as a clinical embryologist who has to work in assisting this and this one IUI, intrauterine insemination, or the egg fusion has been done and then they are putting into the mother's womb. This kind of the things or the techniques are there. So embryologist, it's a kind of artificial or procedure for the pregnancy. Are you clear with this? So these are the people who are working in this condition, in this discipline. So it has a high demand of also. So if the students are or they want to do the training in this one, they can take the admission into this one. With the early decision benefit, there would be huge concession for it. Clear, students? Yes. Any other question? Any other question?
Yes.
Yes.
So for the taking admission in master degree, LPU Nest is completely or not?
Yes. Yeah. It's if you give okay, you want the compulsory. Let me confirm it. Okay. Let me confirm. Is there anyone from the admission department? Amandeep ma'am. Rohit sir is there?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me, is the LPU Nest is compulsory for this?
Sir, LPU Nest, if student wants scholarship, then they have to give LPU Nest test.
Otherwise, 60% is fine for that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So if you have a good CGPA, then you can come. Even there's another benefit for the students who are having the 2-3 backlogs also, reappear also can take the admission. But before September, they have to clear all these things. Okay.
So I have a lot of questions. Hello?
Please. Yes, please.
Okay. I'm sorry. Like for us, laboratory scientists or laboratory technicians in the diagnostic hospital, we are so underrated, and we are so underrated to the extent that have to wait for the sample and process the sample and give out the results maybe through the list laboratory information system. But by knowing that we have a lot of information about, want to know if is it necessary for the laboratory technician to be also involved in a consultation room for the patient in order to enhance the treatment of the patient. Like instead of waiting the sample and processing the sample, then it goes, because we have a lot of knowledge about disease, about treatment, and everything else.
Okay, good question. So see, most of they may have this kind of the thinking if they are asking about it. So what you can do, some another course, if you are interested to do the work along with the patient. After the Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Sciences, you can be a physician assistant. This is the one option. Physician assistant means it's another course which can be done after the BSc MLT. Okay. So if you are interested and you want to see the patients, you want to give some suggestion, consultation. So physician assistant is there who are working in a hospital. They are giving the training for 2 years or 1 year. And after that, they have to just, put some stethoscope here, apron, and they have to see the patient. And they feel that chest and everything. They have to do the examination, write the report of the patient. Physician assistant, actually. And this profession is also growing. So if somebody is interested, other than your diagnostic, they want to give us some consultation, you can go in this field. Okay. As such, in a medical laboratory profession, what you said, it's not possible because I said earlier, 5 means doctor is there, diagnosis is there, nurses are there, physiotherapists are there, and etc. Clear? So our role have the different. Now doctors can't do your work, nurse can't do your work. and then they give the treatment. Do you understand? But if you have desire to do that, if you had desire to do that, you can switch to your next profession after BSc MLT. You can do physician assistant. You can do echocardiography. You can do the ECG also. Another kind of the course. These are the different kind of the course in which you can switch.
It is no. So the issue is if there is a coordination between the five bases of the diagnostic hospital. Why are we having that low salary base? Like we are being paid.
Yeah, from which country belongs? From which country belongs?
Tanzania.
What is the average salaries over there?
Approximately 350 USD for the bio degree of laboratory technician.
Okay, that can be little bit challenging, but as such in India, as I said, now I've given you the different sector. Not to go to the hospital, try to reach some another international companies. As I said, Bias is there, Sysmex is there, Oired is there. Why are you not going as a application manager? You would have a good salary. Yes, Lovejoy. Why I have to go for the class? Can we quit now?
Yes,
you can ask them so many questions in the class.
Yes, sir. I also think just to counter what my brother has been asking about the low payment. From what I understand, our degree is not that you have to go and work under the doctors or work under the hospital. It'll be more complicated. But if you open your own laboratory and become a freelance, now so many hospitals can come to you, so many doctors can come to you, and in that way it becomes more lucrative. So if you go into the field with a mindset of working under someone, you always be paid under that person. But if you go into the field with the mindset of being a freelance, then everybody comes to pay. So you focus on trying to open your own lab.
Oh, wonderful. So do you understand? Because you are from the same country?
No, sir, I'm from Zimbabwe, but it's almost the same thing that.
Yes. The person who has advised it's quite good.
I understand, but listen, like it also depends. Like there's not like in India, there's no such kind of freedom of opening like personal labs. There is some situations like you have to open the lab maybe 500 kilometer, maybe 500 meter from the hospital. Maybe we have a lot of conditions. So according to the nature or the system, you have to rely on something and then do something. So first of all, we have to focus on how we are getting underrated on the diagnostic hospitals on different job aspects. About the technician, about the scientist, we are underrated on a salary base. Even I've seen that also in some places in India. Like I had to do an application, then someone told me that you will be paid a certain amount of money, which is not even equivalent to other programs like pharmacy or nursing and others.
So nursing and the pharmacy, if you just talk about India, we have the similar kind of the scheme. Board or any other sector and a limited from company, they have the similar kind of the skills. Okay. So it is totally depend country to country. So the people, how this India has come on this stage today, that they are going to make the council, because there's so many people come together and they made up one council. Now the the politician, they decided to make a one council because it was unorganized. So once the council is there, it can be organized. Do you understand? Because I am in the lecture, so can you permit me to leave, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, sir, for just short notice to prepare this and deliver lectures. This will help students to shape up their career.
And this will tell them to follow the pathway, whether they have to go for higher studies or whether they have to go for their jobs. And definitely regarding the licensing, they are now very much clear. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you so much. Okay, bye bye. And the student, I have to reach to the class. I have to cover the syllabus.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Shukriya.
Yes,
Bye bye.
everyone, kindly fill this feedback form. The link I have shared in the chat.
Okay, ma'am.
अच्छी पढ़ते हैं ना भाई विशाल बाय बाय ओके ओके
Okay, sir. Thank you.
ओके